That is the right step in the right direction. But they're not going to do it. All they are doing today is to distract you and I, to distract us. Already you see some people getting distracted. You see some people getting distracted. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. If you do that now, the nation will not talk again. If you do that, who told you? Have they been talking? Where have they been? Oh, do this. If you don't do this, if you do this now, United Nations is not going to talk again. This is the kind of people we see. This is the kind of things we see. If you want to join the platform, please keep your phone this way. If you keep your phone this way, then you click your rotation. Click your rotation, you keep your phone this way. That is the only way you can join. If you don't keep your phone in a horizontal form, you cannot be able to join. Keep your phone in a horizontal form and then click your rotation. That is where you can join. I will bring you in. So as I was saying, whatever distraction you are seeing from any angle, from any corner, is just a distraction. You don't have to take them serious. These are a bunch of clowns, are people who want to confuse us and distract us. Obinna Solomon, let me bring you in. Try to create distraction from all angles. Even if I'm not hoping on any UN to give me freedom or whatever. I fight for my freedom. I follow what I believe in and I pursue it. That is what I do. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. You are free to believe anything you want to believe. Just like those of us who are genuine followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those of us who are genuine followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who are on the autopilot movement that is pursuing the agenda of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot distract us with your blackmail, with your cheap target and your cheap ideas and your cheap weapons. No, you can't distract us with that. You just want to throw to us. You throw that your so-called speech that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released in 6 months. And so what? And when you say that, is it today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? After one good year, more than a year, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been kidnapped, facing torture. And why do you just have to say it? Why don't you issue a sanction immediately? Why don't you issue a sanction? Why do you have to wait for so long? Why do you have to prolong it and wait for such a long time before you begin to say whatever you want to say? If you are genuine, you have to come up with a sanction immediately. Not to come and distract Biafrans the time that we are marching. We are going to march. It doesn't matter whatever they say or they do. We are going to march. The only man that is going to change the situation now is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. When Mazi Nnamdi comes out to give us a tangible reason why we must stop what we are doing, then we have no choice because he knows more than we do. And we trust his judgment. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released today and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tells us otherwise, then things will begin to change. But once they continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, things can never change. We must get to Biafra. And whatever they want to do, they should do it now. Not that 6 months of the United Nations is talking about it. We don't believe in that 6 months. Whatever they want to do, they should start doing it now. Not when you are getting close to the election. 6 months time, that's about a month or two to election. That is when you want to begin to talk about freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and then to distract us and distract us from what we want to do. You cannot distract us. You can't distract the Biafran people. The genuine Biafrans, you can't distract us. It doesn't matter. Those strategies doesn't work. It doesn't move us anymore. Because we know that the caliphate have planted all their agents everywhere. Even the United Nations. They have agents in United Nations. I think one of the secretaries from the Zoological Republic, and they Fulani woman. There's a Fulani woman working in the United Nations. So they are capable to manipulate anything. They will try by all means possible to make sure they calm Biafra down because they know that the election is not going to hold in Biafra land. They know it very well. That this time around, it cannot be business as usual. They can't be holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they be talking about it. They know it very, very well. And that is why today they have started using their international community, using all the organizations they know to begin to talk rubbish. They've been there and they saw that Mazi Nnamdi, an innocent man held for more than a year. For more than a year. Under solitary confinement. Up to today, he's still under torture. Wearing one single cloth. Every of his right denied from him. Up to today, they have not given him his glasses. He has the bad side. They have not given him his glasses. He has not changed his clothes up to today. His feeding is not still contact. He did not give him access to his lawyer, to his doctors. They have not given him access to his doctors. And nobody cares. And today you come around and you begin to make us to believe something different. You want to begin to confuse us, or you want to begin to distract us, or you want to begin to make us to believe something that is fake. We can't believe so. There is no amount of distraction that you can bring that will change us from what we believe and begin to do different. We can't. You can't do that to us. We Biafrans, we are very much awake. There is no amount of blackmail today that will make us to change our tone and begin to sing on a different tone. No. We know what we want. What we want is total and absolute freedom. We don't want any half-baked freedom. We don't want any half-baked. You can't entice us with telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. You give the zoo 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are talking to yourself, not to Biafrans. We want that it is only Biafrans. We know that only we can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the kind of freedom he wants. And the freedom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu desire is the freedom of Biafra. If they were genuine, if they are genuine, now that they have found out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for a genuine thing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is genuine and is asking for something genuine, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting a just cause. What they are supposed to do is to give us a date for referendum and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and give a date on the referendum. You know what he's asking for. Now that you have confirmed that he has been arrested illegally, now that you have accepted that what he's fighting is a genuine cause, he was speaking up his right. Fighting for the right of his own people is not a crime. He has not committed a crime. And you are asking them to do. What you are supposed to do is to tell the Zoological Republic to conduct a referendum. The referendum alone can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the kind of freedom he wants. We don't want the half-baked freedom. Or you release him tomorrow, you begin to invite him in their zoological court. Come and do what? To come and do what? Or you release him to come and begin to talk about freedom again, begin to, start from the beginning again to begin to preach again and begin to face these monsters again. If they were genuine in their statement, what they are supposed to do, announce a referendum, give them an ultimatum. Give an ultimatum for Nigeria to conduct a referendum and forget the election they're talking about. After the referendum, if they succeed in the referendum and the people say they want to be part of Nigeria, then you go ahead with the election. If the people say otherwise, let everybody go their separate ways. Go their separate ways and build their own nation. Why are you busy? Why are you bent on forcing people to remain in something they don't want to be part of? Why are you forcing people? Why are you forcing people to be on something they don't want to be part of? Every time you see them coming into the matter, they will always make a speech in order to push us back from our struggle, in order to open our hand and take away our struggle. But those of us who are paying attention, we know who we are following. We know the kind of freedom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said this time that he doesn't even value his own life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the only freedom that matters to him is the freedom of Biafran people. So how can you be talking about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yet you have not addressed that thing he's crying for? That very matter he's crying for, the reason why he's there, you have not addressed it. When for the release of Mandela was called, Mandela was released and apartheid ended and he became a president, they got their freedom automatically. They got their freedom. Mandela was released, South Africa was freed immediately and they got their freedom and he became the first president. So how can you just come and be giving unnecessary statement? You're giving 6 months. So you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be there again for another 6 months. You want him to be there again for another 6 months, only for you to maybe bring him out to calm you down for your election. Then after the election, you begin to invite him to your court again. We know all their games. We know all before they do everything, we are watching and we are seeing them. This caliphate, this zoological republic, they have people everywhere. Even in the United Nations, a Fulani woman is there. Either their secretary or whatever, he's a Fulani man, a Fulani woman in the United Nations. So they can use them to make any statement. They can use them to manipulate it. They can use them to push any agenda against the Biafra people. You would think they are talking for you, but they are not speaking for you. They are speaking for their own behalf. They just want to. They have already seen it. They have seen that the Biafrans of today, the people that are in charge of the struggle today, the person that is in charge of the struggle, is not ready to listen. Mazi Simon Ekpa have said it before, that he doesn't want to discuss with any one of them. He doesn't want to discuss with the Nigerian government. He doesn't want to discuss with any international community. They should go and discuss with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Have a discussion with him. The only man he can negotiate with is Mazi Nnamdi. Bring him out and he cannot negotiate with him while he is inside. Bring him out and negotiate with him. After negotiating with him, whatever he says stands. Any order he gives, after you negotiate with him, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, in a free world, it stands. You cannot keep him inside there, you negotiate and come and tell us. No, we cannot believe that. You cannot give us any second-hand information. He has to be free. And then you negotiate with him. Whatever he tells, if he comes out today and tell us that, look at the reason we should stop and give this a trial for this social reason, so we are going to accept it because he has seen more than we know. He has known more than we know. There are so many things he knows that we don't know. There are so many things he has seen that we don't see. So anything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says stands. When we always obey him, we always listen to him, we always try to listen to whatever he wants to say. We can never throw his word away. But for you to just come and stay somewhere and you are giving order to, you are even given that order, you are not giving them any punishment. For more than a year, somebody who has been under torture, even up to now, they are still torturing him. They are still torturing him. He's still wearing one clothes. That same clothes is still what he's wearing. They couldn't give him his glasses. His glasses, he has not had access to a doctor in his deteriorating health. He has not had access to his doctor. He is still on solitary confinement. His feeding is not assured. And all you can do is come and give another 6 months for your election to hold. Because the Janjaweed have bought you over. The lawyers are doing their best. Brufen have been doing his best. They have been doing their best all this while. But you see how wicked these people are. They are reserving all the information for their own benefits, to play their own game. They are reserving for their own benefit. And recently I saw a video where the European Union sent some delegates to Biafra land to go and check our oil. That is where the focus is. To go and check the oil refineries there, the man-made refineries, the auxiliary refineries there, and know how they are doing about it. This is what they are interested in. They send delegates to go and check the oil refineries that were burnt and everything. We check delegates to go and check those ones. But they didn't send delegates to go and see the Biafrans that are dying. They can't send delegates to go and check these things that Biafran people are shouting online every day, crying. Everywhere you go, see IPOB protesting everywhere. Biafra flag has filled all over the world. They cannot send delegates. They cannot send delegates. Go on ground, come on ground and ask Biafrans questions. What is happening? What is going on? They can't. But recently I saw them. They sent delegates to go and check our oil. To get and check our oil. The illegal refineries that they were destroying in River State and another state in Biafra land. That was where their concentration is. That's where their eye is. European Union sent the delegate to go and monitor that. Meanwhile, Biafrans have been crying, shouting on daily basis. IPOB all over the world have been protesting, holding flag, crying, shouting. They don't do anything, but they feel like they pretend as if they are not hearing it. And they come, they tell us you are giving the Zoological Republic, you are giving them 6 months. 6 months, and you give them 6 months, and then what? You are giving them 6 months without any punishment, without any sanction. All their officials are still traveling to UK and coming back. Buhari, the late Buhari is still jumping from one place to the other. There is no sanction anywhere. All their officials are still traveling to UK, US, and traveling to so many places. All you come to issue is a statement. The United Nations issue a statement. What rubbish statement are you issuing? And some people are jumping on because of that. Why should I be happy because of your useless statement? What does that statement got to do with us? What has it got to add? The only thing we pick up from the statement is that you know very well, it is now clear that you know what is going on in Biafra land, but you intentionally refuse to say anything. That's the only thing we saw there. The only thing Biafra have said is that these people intentionally kept quiet. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very innocent. He has not committed a crime. They know that the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegal against international law. They know. But they chose to keep silent. They know that Biafrans are dying unnecessarily. They are killing us unnecessarily. They know that Biafrans are asking for self-determination, which is their right. They know. But they have refused to make a case for us. They wait for us to be killed. They want them to finish us first before they will be to talk. They are giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, giving the Zoological Republic another 6 months to torture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for another 6 months before releasing. And the 6 months, when you calculate it with the day of election, you will see their motive. Their motive is pronounced, is very much pronounced. Their motive is pronounced. When you see, check from that 6 months, 6 months from yesterday, or 6 months from that, check 6 months from now to 6 months. And how many days is remaining to the election? Then you begin to see the reason why they made the statement they made. That is why you must not rejoice. They only want to come out that. But I thank Chukwu Okike for the person he gave us, the spokesperson he gave us today. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not ready to listen to all those jargon. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not ready to listen to those jargon. We are marching and we continue to march. We will continue to march. The only man that can put a break to the movement is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only man that can come and say a thing that is going to have effect. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comment, not speaking from Afari, we will hear him directly. He speaks from Afari. That is the only time we can be able to listen to people. Apart from that, we can't listen to them. We can't listen to them. We can't listen to them. You see them peddling their lies, pushing their wrong information at all corners, at all angles, at all times, and they expect us to begin to shout and cry. I'm not happy about it. Whatever announcement United Nations is making is not something that one to have to rejoice. It's not something to be happy about. It's not something to celebrate. Why must anybody be celebrating that? Why must anybody be celebrating that? We cannot stop what we are doing. We can't stop. We can't stop because we know these people are manipulators. Before they start their plan, we already know where they're coming from. The only man that we can make an announcement to stop the movement is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he's going to make that announcement from Afari Ibeku. Once he makes that announcement from Afari Ibeku, then we begin to listen and we begin to consider. Apart from that, any other thing they are bringing, any propaganda they are bringing from any group, we are going to listen to it. We cannot follow it. We won't listen to it. We can never listen to it. Yeah, welcome, my brother, Organiru Biafra. Thank you so much for joining. We can listen to them.
Mazi, good evening.
Yeah, welcome, my brother. Thank you so much.
I actually, I like the topic, we are treating tonight. Yeah. Actually, these people have provoked us, the UN, to come and make such statement that are giving Nigeria 6 months.
Mad people.
They have provoked the patience of Biafrans all over the world. For having been moved over 1 year, it is now they are now coming out to issue statement that are giving Nigeria 1 year. This is just a plan with Nigerian government because of the oil they are benefiting.
Exactly.
You can hear, one of the response I gave last time I was on your program, Buhari having contract worth of trillions to supply oil and gas to the European country. And some of the news also today pop out saying that the European Union have abandoned Russia and are now going to, come for Nigerian gas.
They visited already. I saw a video online. They visited already.
So this declaration they made is in correspondence with the agreement they have with Nigeria. If you see the other 2 days, the presidency also went and opened the top 10 oil producing, country, and he now proclaimed that they have, they have about 200 million. What do I even call it? Is it investor or what? So now all those people they give those access to the oil, who are there? They are not from Nigeria. These people are the evil men that are holding us in this country all over the world. They share it office by office in the whole world. So we are not going to wait for them.
That's all.
Otherwise, if they think what we are saying is lie, let the presidency come and address us and tell us what did he mean that they have now about 200 million clients that are going to be supplying those oil to. You can now imagine when Saraki Dokubo is being given money every month to protect the pipeline, and he thinks he's going to remain as God, and he thinks that when Biafra come, that all the investment he made outside the country will ever remain, or him boasting that he has children all over the world. So this is just to show you how Nigeria is using our own to intimidate and to rule us, and they think such thing will remain forever. I thank God for the statement of one of our autopilot, Biafra National Guide and League. Yeah. So this evening, he just finished his program. It's a little wonder that I was messed up with network and some other things. So, but we are still back. So we are not going to wait for the next 6 months so that they can also postpone, make propaganda, just like African Union have done. Exactly. They call us, they now say they are now giving Nigeria 3 months. 3 months has passed. Other people will now come up and say, we are now giving Nigeria. Does Nigeria even respect their own law, let alone an international laws? So now, we are not going to agree for such a thing to happen to us. Because if we do agree, it means that we are not freedom fighters. It is now time for we, if we are in gear 1, we should be entering into gear 2 and gear 3 with speed.
Exactly, exactly.
So that by doing so, they will understand our resolve. They will feel our pain. And they will have no any other option to do business with Nigeria than to cut off with them and do business with. If they are going to do it fast, because time is coming. If they don't do the needful, Biafrans are not going to accept them, even in the future. You can see how Joe Biden is running all around the world, begging for oil. He went to Saudi Arabia, and one of the news carried out, no oil for Joe Biden. He later went back. Now, who Joe Biden is even supporting? He went to to Israel to acquire new weapon, but Israel are telling him to negotiate, to talk to the other side that he's going, that the door is open for peace.
Yeah,
they even offered to escort him to that place, but he didn't agree. All these people are just going around for their selfish gain. None of them are ever there for any benefit of anybody or any country. If you listen to his statement yesterday, Joe Biden, he's saying that the oil and the price is going to come down to $4. You can imagine. So all what they are interested is nothing but our oil.
Exactly.
We must fight for our freedom. We will not listen to those evil people. They are all collaborators in this crime. The genocide, even the investigation they are talking about, for over a year plus, it is not today that they have woke up to talk about that they should open an investigation. Investigation that can take 10 years, they will not give you any response.
Nonsense.
During Nigerian Biafran war, they said that they are going to conduct investigation to ascertain whether there is anything like genocide. They came to Nigeria and money was given, money changed hands. And they now let us say there is nothing like genocide. But the evidences are there. Even some of their comrades also confessed the crime. How they helped Nigeria to boycott our food supply. How they helped Nigeria to supply a lot of ammunition.
Solomon Obina. Solomon, if you want to come in, Solomon, keep your phone this way. Keep your phone like this, Solomon. When you keep your phone like this, make sure you leave your rotation on. Click your rotation. Let your rotation be on. Then keep your phone this way. I will bring you in. You have tried so many times, you couldn't come in. Just keep your phone like this. Then make sure your rotation is on. That's the only way you can be able to join. Go on, my brother. Sorry.
So, my comrade, I am very, very grateful for God-given leader of the BNL, Biafra Nation League.
Exactly.
He's a very wise young man.
Very, very wise.
And he has made a very wise decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you could have, if you watch what he just, spoke about, though I was distracted, I went outside. So I was following the whole thing. The young man is capable of delivering anything that is given to him. And he is also going to, just like he said, that all those Niger Delta, all those southern people, most of them are not ready to give out in order to deliver Biafra. He said they are not like our Igbo people. All what they are looking and waiting for is for somebody to bring so that they can show now they are ready. If you are waiting for them to bring, you can wait till the kingdom come. Even though he mentioned there are few individuals that can also bring that, but there are few. So, which means it is only the Igbo people who have the heart of giving.
Exactly.
That's why if you go to the south,
that is the plain truth. That is the plain truth. You can't deny it. That is why when I see some of them who stay on their platform, all they do is to castigate Igbos. If Igbos stop the agitation, it will die a natural death. They are the ones.
And they will suffer it. And they will even be just imagine upon all the support they are getting from so many of us. Could you imagine that they were being invaded last 2 days? Understand?
Yeah.
And the young man is now getting more population, more ground. He's getting more popularity today since he joined Autopilot. Nobody knows him until he joined us.
Exactly.
And he began to speak the truth. And Nnamdi Kanu says, whenever you start speaking the truth, Biafra will follow you. And now we have seen the truth in the life of that young man. Not only that he's speaking the truth, but he's speaking with wisdom.
Exactly.
Therefore, he's a man of integrity. And we must work with him. As long as he can deliver. There's one of the requests I read on his platform. He said that we need a spy drone so that we can be able to carry other things. Because they cannot wait until the enemy continue invading or striking them. They have to do the needful. Because no man comes to the lion's den and go scot-free.
Yeah.
So the last match they went was 5-1. So they just give them only one. Nnamdi Kanu said they will kill us and we will kill them. At the end, Biafra will come. Even though we do not mean that anyone among us should die.
Not at all.
It is so painful when I hear that one of them died. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Very painful.
But it must be a sacrifice that all of us may pay one day. And the sacrifices he has made will never be forgotten. His name has been written and recorded.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. must continue.